The rising air currents along the 300-foot cliffs of Torrey Pines, California, have made it a world-famous destination for those who enjoy hang gliding and paragliding. Bill Bennett, operator of the local glider port, was responsible for making sure that despite the potential danger there, the skies remained a safe place for everyone. Most of the rescue footage in this story was taped as the events unfolded on June 29th, 1993.
It's like people want to go to Mecca. People want to come to Torrey Pines to fly. And here, it's absolutely necessary to fly with the most advanced rating that you can have.
Licensed paraglider Erich Helwig had traveled more than 7,000 miles from his home in Germany with his wife, Edda Wolf, to practice the sport in new terrain.
I told him our usual practice was to see him go out and make a flight, whereupon I would assess if he had the required skill level. Just because a person has a driver's license doesn't mean he's going to get on the freeway and become the safest driver. His launching skills weren't exactly as I would like to have seen them to be. However, this is not uncommon with European pilots who have a different technique of launching than we do here on the coastal cliff, because they have nice, steep, grassy slopes to launch from.
Erich Paragliding liebt.
Erich loves paragliding.
Aber mein Gefühl war schon,
But I had a weird feeling because
weil ich mir erst nicht
I could not imagine how it could work there.
funktionieren sollte.
When he did get into the air, he more or less took possession of the ridge and had not been obeying what we call the rules of the road. And that is to say, if you turn suddenly in front of somebody, it's the same as doing that on a freeway, and you could have a collision. Either he didn't understand the rules, he didn't want to obey the rules, or simply didn't get the communication when he read the rules. When he came back from landing, I spoke to him and explained that he had a couple of problems. I told him he should go away and fly somewhere else until such time as his skills were consistent with that which was required at Torrey Pines.
On the beach below, Matt Brown had been spending the morning surfing.
I was watching some of the hang gliders and the parasailers going in and out of the cliffs. One in particular was getting really close to the cliffs and coming in and out of the spines. I couldn't really figure out what he was doing because I'd never seen anyone get that close. When I saw him hit, I was like, what? I was down there, I'm, oh my God, what is this guy doing? And he just goes, bam, he just smashed right in. I freaked him out, what do I do, you know? And like, just like stunned.
A sunbather flagged down lifeguard Chappie Maiko.
100 yards down. Thank you, thank you.
I pictured in my mind what these cliffs were like that he was telling me, and they're sheer, unstable cliffs, and I figure no one could be stuck up there because they're so steep, you know, so sheer.
San Diego City lifeguards, who are specially trained in cliff rescue, were called in, led by Sergeant Margaret Rigby.
Because the cliffs are so unstable in this area, I knew that it was going to be a dangerous call.
He was barely holding on. My main concern was the cliffs actually crumbling from underneath them.
Upon finding out that it was the German pilot who had in fact got into trouble, it occurred to me that he hadn't totally understood what I was trying to tell him. I need you to come over here, please. And
Bill went to tell Edda what had happened.
There's a problem with your husband.
What?
So,
Im Moment, wo ich das
The moment I heard that,
Es war wie eine große
It
Klammer,
was as if a big bracket had been placed around my heart. And I thought that that's not possible.
Yeah.
I can see him. When I first saw him, I thought that he was going to fall before we got to
I don't
him.
think he's hurt, but he's in a nice spot.
The victim was about 150 feet below the top of the cliff. So we were worried that a helicopter, any kind of disturbance, could have made the cliff fall on our victim. White's going to be the haul line.
Because the victim was not visible from directly above, Lieutenant Ken Hewitt went to a high point up the beach from where he could help guide the rescuers.
I could tell by his mannerisms that he was getting tired. There was a chance that he couldn't hang on any longer. And my immediate fear was we would get within arm's reach and the cliffside would fall away and this individual would be lost over the side.
Im Moment muss ich ganz
At
ehrlich
that
sagen,
moment, I have to honestly say I thought he would never be rescued.
habe ich
My
als erstes
first thought
gedacht,
was,
jetzt musst du
now you have to fly home alone.
Okay, you're in. You're secure.
Lifeguard Dave Calder strapped on a rescue harness while the others readied the lines as quickly as possible. Erich had already been holding onto the cliff for more than 45 minutes.
Kelly, is that good? You work with such an adrenaline rush that you don't realize how unsafe the area was. But we were concerned that we might cause an avalanche or that the cliff was going to fall before Dave got to the victim. 31 Sam. I had radio contact with Lieutenant Hewitt, and I had to rely on him to tell the rescuers at the top of the cliff what was going on.
We have him move a little bit south. As he's descending, he's dropping debris on top of the victim.
I was thinking, how much longer can this guy hold on? At any moment, he could just lose his grip and he would be gone, fall to his death. When Dave got to the victim and he was connected to the safety harness, we were a little bit at ease, but we still realized that that was only half the rescue. We still needed to get to the bottom of the cliff. It was a very intense moment. We couldn't see what was going on below the cliff, but we felt tugs on the line and we weren't sure what was going on.
As I lost sight of them over the cliffside as they descended to the beach, our land unit that was on the beach radioed to me saying that they were safely down.
It was such a rewarding feeling that it was a successful rescue and we had all worked together as a team. All the experience and training had paid off.
Zum Schluss,
At the end, when I was hanging there, when I realized that I was losing my strength, I didn't have any hope anymore that anything would happen. I thought, it's over.
Thank you. You're welcome. No problem. Good job.
It is really hard to believe what kind of a feeling it can be to stand with both feet on the ground again.
For lifeguard Dave Calder, it was a rescue he'll never forget.
I was wondering how he could hold on for so long. He had been holding onto the cliff for probably about an hour and 20 minutes. And I thought it could be any time where he couldn't hold on any longer, or the cliff would give way and he would fall. It was the most difficult rescue I've ever been a part of. I think the best advice I can give to anybody that's interested in hang gliding or paragliding is, number one, maybe think about not doing it. And number two, definitely go through all the required training so you can avoid any possible problems or an accident.
Back home in Düsseldorf, Germany, Erich and Edda have a lot to be thankful for.
Die solche Menschen, oder wie gesagt, das Leben anderer Menschen retten.
Those people who rescue others and risk their own lives during such operations.
Also ich finde sie.
I can't even express it. These people are fantastic.
Dank an die Leute von der
I have to thank the people from the lifeguard, and I would like to do that. I am deeply grateful to these people. Therefore, I would like to say a very special thank you to the people from the lifeguard.
If Erich had really died, if Erich hadn't made it down again alive, I really would have missed everything about him. I believe that Erich is very lucky because he has me.